No, I've had a few cervezas though.
That's food. That counts.
We did.
Yeah.
There's bread and beer.
It's 3.8 ABV, so it's not even like really a beer. It's more just waterish.
Bud Light?
Yeah.
No, it's a Triple Crossing Tiny Pills. It's their like low ABV Pilsner. It's very quite good.
It's their bitch beer.
Yeah, well, y'all gotta have one, right?
Yep. So I had something I wanted to ask the group about, and I think Jeff probably already knows this, but I would assume Eric and Snooty don't. Did you know in Canada at Costco they sell poutine?
I did not know.
Honestly, I figured because, I mean, like that's like us selling hot dogs, right? Like our Costco sells hot dogs and like oversized pizza slices.
Well, I mean, they sell that
like
too. They just have poutine in Canada now.
Yeah, is this at the like food court area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get a hot poutine.
I don't know why my mind went to the samples.
Oh no! Well, they might sample it, but no. It turns out
that's for the specialty poutine.
Yes, someone on Reddit did a study of how close each NHL arena is to a Costco, and it turns out the entrance to the Vancouver Canucks arena, which I don't remember the name of, is 336 feet from the entrance of a Costco. So apparently that Costco gets mobbed like fucking crazy on game night for everyone trying to get discount hot dogs and poutine before they go to the game. Like, I've never heard of something more Canadian in my entire life. Is you go to Costco and you get your poutine and a hot dog, and then you go watch the Canucks play.
Oh, you got to carb up. You got to carb up for that game.
Carb up.
I feel like it'd be more Canadian if it was like a Timmy's or something else. Like, I don't know, Costco I kind of associate with us.
I don't know. Cheap Costco poutine, though?
Like, that you get, though, like, that's an American thing. Like, just stockpiling that much.
Oh, I think when you get into rural Canada, it's a very Canadian thing. Like, could you imagine you have like 6 hours outside Saskatoon, and once a month you drive into Saskatoon and you buy 25 racks of ribs and 75 pounds of ground beef, and then you go back and you run your coal.
I think those people are living like in life below zero. They're out there hunting their own meat. Like they're going in there to go
They're
some
scavengers
stuff.
Bunch of scavengers.
Bush people.
Yeah,
Prairie people out there in Saskatchewan. Outside Saskatchewan and Regina.
I would agree though America, Costco, it just makes sense. That's the connection right there. But if I went to a fucking Costco and there's poutine to order, I would definitely be like, who's Canadian in here? There's gotta be a goddamn Canadian, because why the fuck else would they have poutine?
Now I'm wondering if there is
one in the US.
Like if there is a US one, like can each owner go and put whatever they want in that food bar?
Oh no, they're all corporate owned. They're not franchises.
I was about to say,
they're not franchise?
I thought they were franchised.
You ever think about the franchise shit where like if somebody had like a KFC, they're like, fuck it, we're selling tacos because it's my franchise. So fuck it. Like
it's called a Kin Taco. It's a Taco Bell KFC. You ever been to one of those?
I lived in Asheville, so I know. But I'm saying like just a regular Taco Bell and be like, fuck it, we're doing fried chicken tonight.
Yeah, you get your popcorn chicken, you get your nachos Bel Grande, and you throw the chicken on the nachos Bel Grande, and you cover it in Diablo sauce and maybe some queso. If you order an extra side, boom, you're good to go.
You guys are some wild men.
You're good to go, and then the next morning your shit is just a solid brick. It's like aluminum can just comes out your asshole.
Do we I've thought about that. Like, how many people
thought about it or experienced it?
Well, both. But I'm like, for me, it's like very voluntary. I feel like how I eat, it's very voluntary, and how I made my life a living hell in the bathroom.
It's a choice.
How do you think your bathroom feels about that?
How often do you have to make repairs to your bathroom?
Right now,
you have a plumber on speed dial.
Right now,
retainer.
We need to fix the bathroom.
He's got a fucking NDA, definitely too.
He has an NDA. He's on retainer. He only comes to my bathroom. He has basically a hazard suit, like in I just watched Reno 911 Miami, so I'm going to use that as an example. Like when they poisoned the cops.
Good flick. Danny DeVito's great in that movie.
Dude, I forget Danny DeVito was in that movie until
There's a bunch of people who forget about in that movie.
Danny DeVito, Paul Rudd,
The Rock.
The Rock, Patton Oswalt is the main villain. Spoiler alert.
The movie's been out
Fred
for
Armisen.
Yeah.
You guys start rewatching that show. Did you know Charlie and his wife are in that show early on?
First episode. They're in the first episode.
I think we talked about that in one of the Always Sunny episodes where we were like,
oh, we've definitely talked about it.
Yeah. We're like, oh, we just rewatched Reno 911. They're in there. Dead air, but at the same time,
Dead air.
You should have just burped on off mute there, Eric.
Yeah, I know I should have burped off mute. I was thinking about that, but you know what? We gotta keep it. It's a classy affair.
It's not.
What would Smooth My Balls think about that?
Smooth My Balls is they're into the gross nastiness because their tagline is keep your balls safe during the summer. Have it smooth.
So what are they going to do now that we're almost into fall?
Keep your
It's still hot as fuck down here. Are you kidding?
Oh yeah, no, it's hot as fuck.
Dude, it's hot as
shit.
shit.
In a month, everything will change.
Yo, I'm going to Salt Lake City next week. I looked up the fucking weather. It's gonna be 100 fucking degrees in Salt Lake City next week.
Yeah, suck it, you Mormons.
Yeah, are you with you so you can drink while you're out there?
No, I'm planning on starting my own bootlegging business while I'm out there.
Bootlegging business.
Just don't order the pizza there.
Why not the pizza?
Why?
I'll trust you on that.
Well, I don't know what chain it was, but that was on the what was the Jordan docu-series? Where they poisoned him with the pizza.
The Last Dance.
Yeah, The Last Dance.
But no offense to Zach, I don't think anybody's trying to poison him for.
I don't know. Maybe there's a
game.
rival podcast out there who's just trying to. Now that they know he's going to be in Salt Lake City, they're going for him.
If you listen to this podcast and you live in Salt Lake City, I need something to do on Sunday afternoon after I arrive. Please ping us on Instagram or not church. Twitter. But
what if there was some
go to
crazy? There's
a
podcast called Five Holers out there. So it's not even a rival podcast. It's just like a coincidence. It's like a fucking Mormon polygamy podcast.
I'd obviously have to make a guest appearance and talk about Bill Paxton the whole time.
He said polygamy. Jesus Christ. Yep, we're only talking about
actually
polygamy
was a solid show.
in this podcast.
That was a great show. That's one of my favorites right there. Big Love, good shit. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, get out there and watch it.
Wasn't he in Frailty as well?
Yes, he was. Oh, was he in Frailty? I wish there were more Bill Paxton movies so we could do a Bill Paxton episode, but he made 4 good movies, and that's just not enough content for us to do a top whatever episode. But Frailty was fucking amazing. Matthew McConaughey, Powers Booth, the guys who played the kids were pretty good too. That movie is off the hook. If you haven't seen Frailty, go out and watch it.
I beg to differ. We could probably do an episode on Hill. We'd all be picking the same things, but Twister, Tombstone, Aliens, Apollo 13, Titanic, Terminator, Frailty. Yeah, then it starts dropping off a little bit. You 571.
Just a tad.
He directed
Vertical Limit.
Vertical Limit. Vertical Limit. Now there's a movie right there. Sacrifices himself to save his children. Or am I thinking of Dante's Peak?
No, dude, you're thinking about Spider-Man 3.
Oh no, we got 3 mountain climbing movies all in the same year when we were kids, and honestly, it's all one thing in my brain.
I think you're thinking of Spider-Man 3.
No, I am not thinking of Spider-Man 3. I do not watch stupid fucking superhero movies.
Dante's Peak is about a volcano, not mountain climbing.
I know, but it was Vertical Limit. I'm pretty sure.
Vertical Limit is about. I think
maybe he didn't play the character I'm thinking of.
You're thinking
he didn't play the character I was thinking of. That's the issue. Because in the beginning, the dad is mountain climbing with his kids, and their thing comes out of the rock wall, and he tells his son to throw down his knife so he can cut himself loose and save them, but die at the same time. And I was thinking that was Bill Paxton, but now I'm realizing Bill Paxton was the one who was in charge of the nitroglycerin when they were going up to blow the mountaintop.
I think you're thinking of the Sylvester Stallone rock climbing movie.
No, definitely not thinking of that. I refuse to watch anything involving Sylvester
Is there one
Stallone.
of those? What is
Whoa!
that?
Wait! Time out. What do you mean?
Horizontal Limit.
Yeah, that's the one with him.
I thought it was
So
a
he
joke.
says the title so you can't understand it because you need subtitles if you're watching a movie with him speaking.
Who? Yeah, is that why, Zach? You don't like subtitles?
Hold on, can I? No, I love subtitles. I actually watch everything with them. But can I ask a question? If you're heading upwards, so you're heading vertically, but you hit a limit and you can't go past it, is that a vertical limit because it's stopping you from traveling vertically, or is that a horizontal limit because it is horizontal and facing down and keeping you from traveling vertically?
Well, can't
Zach, I
you
don't
go
like-
horizontal to pass it?
Zach, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know
Let's
if
move
it's
on.
if it's
Like
if
that
it's a
was
limit that is absolute as far as the horizontal plane is concerned, then you wouldn't be able to get around it.
You
But
know
I
what?
mean,
I don't
like,
give a shit.
there is that.
Is horizontal limit a real movie?
No, it should be though.
What
First
the fuck?
five
I've been
holes
like trying to
production.
find it. I was like,
First
what
five
is this
Holers
bullshit?
produced movie. Horizontal.
Oh my god.
Horizontal
Christ.
limit.
The sequel.
It's about how
dude.
far Sunuti's stomach can grow outwards.
That would take forever to fucking film. I don't have
Damn,
that
we-
type of bandwidth.
We'd have to get David Attenborough for that.
Bob Odenkirk, actually.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I could
hopefully
see
he's
that
doing
working.
okay.
That's a
Stay
good
strong
one.
out there,
That's
Bob.
around there. Bob, one love to you, Bob. So I
Big
guess
fans, big fans.
should we do fucking hockey news? I mean, there's a couple of news.
I mean, Jeff did show up. So, Jeff, you got any hockey news for us tonight?
Well, I don't know when the last episode was out. Kevin Hayes' brother died.
Yep,
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
gonna,
did see that.
Just
I did not
Just-
know that they were brothers before that. I mean, Hayes is a kind of common last name.
no, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I only know him because of Barstool Sports because they're really tied in with them, and obviously Kevin is a great player for the Flyers for many years, and
like 1.5.
Yeah.
Fuck Kevin Hayes. He's a shitbag.
but
Long
Jimmy,
time Winnipeg Jet, Kevin Hayes.
Kevin Hayes.
I don't like
for
Kevin
that.
Hayes. I feel bad his brother died, but I don't like him.
I got
You
nothing
could hate
against
the
him.
brother,
He's
yeah.
no Tom Wilson. I got
Oh,
nothing
God.
against
Is that what we're doing tonight, Jeff? Because we can do it.
No,
Comparing
we have
people
more
Please,
important
God,
things.
no.
I
More
mean,
important things.
everyone wins.
More
We got
important things.
Nicolas
Talk about
Cage.
that. We got Nick. Oh yeah, we do. We said
Yeah.
we were gonna fucking spoil it last episode, and yeah, we totally did.
What was it?
We'll spoil the
But,
next one, too. Don't worry.
We send out prayers and thoughts because we know that always helps to the Hayes family. No, you ever see Jeff talk about that? Jeff, tell him about thoughts and prayers and how they help.
Is he doing a bit right now?
Yeah, it's a bit.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
You solve everything.
See, I told you.
I mean, look, we got rid of the Taliban. I just sent my thoughts and prayers to stop them, and they left Afghanistan. So.
God damn it.
Is that what happened? Because I've seen something completely different.
Oh no, don't worry about it. It takes a little bit of time. God works in mysterious ways.
This whole podcast is taking a turn.
I think that we might get canceled after this.
We can't
It's-
get
wait,
canceled.
it's-
We don't have listeners. Our sponsor doesn't pay us. We can't get canceled.
Gordy is gonna stop listening if we start talking.
Gordy
about shit.
doesn't listen. Gordy,
What?
if you listen and you hear this, I will buy tickets to Lettuce in November if you send me a text message in the next 6 days that says
I listened to the podcast.
ooh ee ooh ah ah ting tang wall wall bing bang. Send
How
that
do
to
you
me and I'll
spell
buy
it?
less tickets
No.
for both of us.
You don't think he'd randomly send that to you anyway? Like,
Yeah.
That's,
the text
Jeff,
I
you got a
public
good
it
point,
before.
actually.
What?
Let's
Yeah,
do,
that was not.
You can't have that going on. Let's do the Taliban is back. How about that?
The
The
Taliban.
Taliban is back.
The Taliban is back.
What about like
You know,
blow sand in people's faces?
Yeah, I mean that's all they got going on over there. It's the only kind of U.S. military equipment that was left over there.
So
So-
Lundqvist is getting his number retired too. So good for him. I mean, is he? I had a good debate today. Is he? Where do you rank him as a guy who hasn't won a championship? in that sense, like in hockey.
As a player overall, as a goaltender.
Player overall, and then I think goaltender. He should be one, right?
I'll say player overall. He cracks the top 10 pretty easily. Probably sneaks into the top 5. When it comes to goaltender, though,
he has to be the best, right?
No, he's number 2 with a bullet after Vladimir Tretiak.
Vladimir, yeah, okay, that makes sense. What about you? What about you, Jeff? How do you feel about the?
He's definitely number 30 overall as a player without the cup.
Wow.
I mean, give him his number, right?
At least you're being courteous, Jeff.
I mean, I don't know. There's quite a few people who haven't won a cup, and then like I don't know where I'd put him as goalie. You've got even recently with Ryan Miller retiring this year, never won a cup, stood in his head all those years in bumfuck Buffalo. Did Cujo ever win one?
No.
Luongo never won one. Hex.
No, Luongo.
No, Luongo both lost. Like that's the thing. Luongo posted something and like he was trying to basically. It looked like it would have been a good podcast if you could get the two of them to just together there as like the best who didn't win. But then I don't know. And Mika Kiprusoff didn't win. I mean, he's definitely up there. He fell off these last couple of years, but I mean, you got to wonder how long this heart problem has been an issue for him. Like, if he didn't get like let go and go to the Caps, would have gone undetected. Like,
honestly, the Rangers would have killed him eventually. Like, that's a given. Look what they did to Sean Avery.
Sean Avery had his issues well before there.
Sean Avery is an ongoing issue.
There it is. There it is.
I think it's cool to retire his number though. I mean, I feel like he's the biggest goalie for their organization.
I feel like he's the biggest player. He's the biggest player.
Definitely. I mean, they've been around forever.
Mike Richter was a big deal in New York in the 90s.
Yeah.
Mike Richter was a very big deal there. I mean, at that point in time, Gretzky was on the team, so Gretzky overshadowed everyone.
And Leach was on the team.
But then you had Brian Leach and you had Mark Messier.
Yeah.
Like that was.
I mean,
goalie
wise, they're great, but I feel like
that bump Gretzky didn't stop any goddamn shots.
No, why would he?
What a douche!
Break those fancy blades he's got on there.
I mean,
but it was funny because I was listening to this like sport, or the rock station also does like sports stuff, and they had on someone who's like, do you think they're going to retire Fleury's number here when he retires? No. That's exactly what the guy said. I mean, Fleury's going to go in the Hall of Fame, but why would Pittsburgh retire his number?
They'll retire.
He never actually played a game with you guys, and even if he did play that last season, it's not. He played his whole career here.
Pittsburgh. I mean, I think the Caps should retire his number just for the hell of it to piss the Rangers off because we kind of got a thing going on right now. But there's no real reason to retire Lundqvist's number
for Washington.
For Washington, I mean,
for
the Rangers it makes sense, but I think the Islanders should fucking retire it for how much he kicked their ass in their barn.
That's true. I agree. I think that's something people should think of. If somebody's kicking your fucking ass for all those years, you need to retire their number because honestly, they were the best player in that stadium.
Is that like
so we're gonna retire Nikita Zibanejad's number when he retires?
Yeah.
All right.
Like a hoorah! Like you're done. Like get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
it's a different kind of retiring of a number.
I think you have to force a rookie to wear their number every year from there on out and put up a terrible performance to drag down the median stats of that number.
I like it. I actually do like that. Zach.
It's disparaging a wonderful player's number. I like it.
You're disparaging your biggest enemy, and that's what we do here on this podcast. We disparage our enemies.
Who is our enemy? Matt Cook? No, Tom Wilson is not our enemy, Jeff.
Oh, no.
I say spitting chiclets.
No. We can't. No, we're not going to war with a bigger podcast.
No.
That capital.
Our biggest enemy is the Seattle Kraken. We are an anti-Kraken podcast.
Yeah, fuck the Kraken.
All right, we go with Kraken. Yeah.
They're an octopus. Right. People eat those things while they're still fucking alive.
They're not real. Seattle doesn't have a real mascot. They have all imaginary creatures for all their sports teams.
They have cryptids.
Yeah, they could have been the
Marlins.
Seattle Man Bear Pigs, but they weren't because they fucked up.
What
was
are their other? What are their other?
Seahawks, which isn't a real thing.
Seahawks, Mariners.
Seahawks.
Nope. Google Seahawk.
There is no such thing as a Seahawk.
No. There's hawks that are at the sea.
Yeah.
There's seagulls.
I agree with Jeff
no,
on this
I
one.
guess they're
I
gulls.
agree. I definitely agree with Jeff on this one. There is no such thing.
Okay, yeah.
And I
It's
get what they're doing. They're like leaning into it of like, hey, let's just do this with all of our franchises.
It's an osprey. I get it. Yeah, they just called
So
it the
what?
Seahawk for an
An
osprey.
osprey. Hold on. Brown Steve Irwin. What's an osprey?
I'm asking that myself. Yeah, I've missed that episode.
Yeah, you don't take care of animals that rise above the land, right? It's
Nope.
just things on the land and under the water that you deal with.
Exactly. Nothing.
Things above the land you eat.
So
It's just
I
a,
don't.
it's
care.
just a bird of prey. Just a bird of prey. It can also be called a Seahawk
Oh!
Wait,
and a
could you
British hawk.
could you call it a bird of war?
Oh,
You
I think
could.
that's
You
what
could
the-
call
I
it.
would say it's
That's,
more like a crowboy.
Heyo.
Chrome
wait.
Boy.
That's what they should have been. The crowboys.
The Chrome Boy. Oh, it's funny because a few people would get that and be like, "Holy fuck!" Knock them in the middle.
Hey man, they could have the people there dressed up as them, like the Green Men in Vancouver.
Just a bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
Have you been
That
watching
big-
a lot of
yep.
Malcolm in the Middle, Jeff?
Not recently.
It's a good show.
I've watched
That's
it
in
so many
rotation for
times
me.
by now. That's one of those
Yeah.
solid like go to sleep shows because you can close your eyes and picture exactly what the fuck's going on.
True.
Because you've watched
Yeah.
it so many fucking times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very true.
That's what I do with The Office because like I've watched it so many times. Also, I try to do that with Always Sunny. I put the volume on too, but Jesus Christ, I forgot how much they scream.
I
They
did that.
yell a lot.
Yeah, you can't do that with like was it My Cousin Vinny? Because of all the things that wake him up.
This
I did
guy
that-
is bullshit.
With mascots last night. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's the same people who did Best in Show. They
Oh
did
yeah,
CYD
it's a
show with
Christopher Guest
mascots.
movie.
Yeah.
That's
Christopher
fucking
Guest.
weird. It's the weirdest movie Christopher Guest has ever done, and that's saying a lot.
I think
I
I
don't
did
know.
see that. Yeah. We should
Yeah.
do that. We should rank Christopher Guest movies. So he's.
I mean,
great.
I love
There's
the
only like 4 of them though.
Yeah, I mean that
Guys-
look at your top 3.
A Mighty
Fists.
Wind is obviously number 1. Okay, this is a fight for another night.
Best in Show.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's
all.
all.
That's Jeff. Do you have anything else for hockey news?
I mean,
anything?
If you go back on the death thing, that
We never.
there was that car accident in Canada on Saturday.
Yeah, those three
Three.
kids, right?
3 kids died. Yeah.
Damn.
For the Edmonton Oil Kings.
A little bit of sad hockey news here.
Yeah.
It's just been a sad week. To be honest.
Well, but then there was like someone signed today. I forgot who now.
Everyone signed with the team
Anyway.
they were on. It's boring.
No, it was someone moved. I mean, obviously there was that like the guy from Montreal going to Seattle, but then this one was like a decent deal, I think. And then tonight is what the fuck is it called? Because their championship trophy is great. It's the John Scott Trophy for the
The Beauty League.
Yeah. And it's a
The
keg.
Minnesota Summer Hockey League.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks that you can't watch it. I mean, they have a thing where you can go and pay through them to watch it, but
Speaking of watching shit, Jeff, you said there's a thing about ESPN's gonna be playing Russian hockey now.
yeah, ESPN got a deal to play, I think it's like 30 games or so during the regular season, and then they're playing
Nice.
playoffs for the KHL.
Jeff, the
and that-
Ocho, Schneider.
There's gonna be, they'll have their own streaming thing too that you can go if you want to pay for the KHL, but I don't want to give Putin any money, so I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, that's direct deposit into his bank account too.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it'd be cool to see Krill next year, but I guess they nixed that deal with him. That he's not going to be going to the KHL, so I guess he's stuck with Minnesota for another 3 years if he ends up signing that deal. That just would have been crazy, though. The rookie of the year decides to leave the NHL after one season and go to the KHL. I mean, they were offering him $10 million for 1 year.
He should take it. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like
and he gets to become an oligarch. Like,
and,
that's a good idea.
And the team came out and said that they're not, like, he's
Agrarian?
not, because I think he dragged his feet.
Yes.
But yeah, it would have been interesting to see if he left. I mean, everyone wants to get out of Minnesota there. That team is, well, he was the best part of them getting better, I guess.
Their only hope.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
let's hit it.
Hit it,
All right,
Hit it,
are we
Eric.
gonna do it? All
Jeff,
right,
do you know what the topic is tonight?
Christopher Guest movies. You said it earlier.
No.
Nope.
Top 5 Nicolas Cage movies.
There's no,
Yep.
none.
None.
All right.
Not
Jeff
one.
is going to be the
Okay.
counterpoint all night. Either way,
I mean,
let's
the Rock
jump
was-
into it.
Yeah, we're doing fucking Nicolas Cage. Here we go. Top 5.
All right.
Boys are gonna go through them, and yeah, go for it. Whoever wants to go first with their
No.
number
I got a
5.
biography. I put a biography together after working hours today. You have to listen. All right. So Nicolas Cage was born Nicolas Cage Coppola on January 7th, 1964. He's a part of the famous He's a part of the famous Francis Ford Coppola family. He's his nephew. He is a cousin of Roman and Sofia Coppola and Jason Schwartzman. He is a distant relation of Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez as well. So think what you want of that.
The guy
Either
would
way-
not have a career if he was not related to those people.
No, definitely not. Either way, he didn't start out on the stage like most actors. He jumped straight into film. His first acting role was a minor role in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He's won 1 Academy Award for Leaving Las Vegas, and he has 1 nomination for adaptation. He's both produced and directed, but nothing too heavy to note. He describes his acting style as nouveau shamanic, which those are 2 words. I'll give him that at least. And he's an extreme method actor. He once removed 2 of his own fucking teeth without anesthesia to feel the pain of a character. So he's intense. He also spent 5 weeks with his head wrapped in bandages for a role, and his skin got all infected because he had like acne and ingrown hairs and shit because he wouldn't take the goddamn bandages off because he's a fucking moron. At one point in time, he asked to have hot yogurt poured on his toes to get sexually excited about a love scene with fucking Jennifer Beal of all people. So, that's really kind of the
I hate
whopper
this
in
guy.
this whole
Fuck this guy.
biography. Like, I don't get it. Like, you have Jessica Biel and you need hot yogurt poured on your toes. Those are 2 things I'll never fucking experience. So I don't understand what the fuck's going on.
How many times did he file bankruptcy?
Oh, hold on. I'm getting there.
Sorry.
Give me a minute. All right. So,
Nice.
at one point, he is a intense method actor. In the movie Joe, where the character describes himself as a carnivore, he ate nothing but steak and red meat for almost 4 months straight. Shanuti, do you have a comment?
Okay, so after the Jessica Biel comment, I could get into the cold shower and still get horny for Jessica Biel, but he saved himself with this food thing that he did with the all meat. So.
A lot of people did it. It's called the Atkins.
Didn't
Either
that
way-
guy die?
Yes,
he
he
died
did.
from his own diet, and people still
From
do it.
cholesterol.
Who died?
All right.
Atkins.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So y'all remember Lord of War? The
No.
helicopter mechanic in that movie is actually his son, and he has 2 black metal bands. So another fact about Nicolas Cage you didn't know. He's been married a whopping 5 times, tying our Uncle Bobby, always number 1.
Always number 1.
Yes. He's notoriously closeted about both politics and religion, and he's also been called one of the most charitable people in Hollywood. He donated $2 million to Amnesty International when they're having a crisis, and single-handedly turned around what they had going on. But he's also notoriously bad, both with his money and his real estate. He owned a castle in Bavaria for a period of time, which, like, I get he's Hollywood rich, but he's not like, like
He's meme rich.
aristocracy rich. But he still owned a
Yeah.
castle in Bavaria. And one other note that I think will lead into one of your number 5 picks: when he married Patricia Arquette, she tasked him with a list of tasks that included things like steal the autograph of William Shakespeare. I think this is where National Treasure came from. Either way, let's jump in.
I didn't hear it was William Shakespeare. I heard it was someone else, like a hermited person. Oh fuck, I wish I remember who it was.
It may have been both.
Fuck. Salinger, maybe? No, who the fuck was it?
J.D. Salinger. That was another one too.
Okay.
Patricia Arquette gave him a really bizarre list of things he had to do.
Yeah. He's a very interesting person.
Very. Someone to beat his number. Zsa Zsa Gabor was married 9 times.
Oh,
so far.
Zsa Zsa.
Give her time.
Nicolas Cage will get married a couple more.
Yeah, he's got a few more in him. You know he does.
Few more marriages?
Yeah. You guys want to jump into it? Who wants to go first? Number 5.
Are we doing top 5 or top 3? Because those are two very distinctive lists for me.
Yeah, me too. So,
for sake of time, let's do 3.
All right, I'm down to do 3.
Okay.
I think I could come up with 3.
All right, Jeff, what's your number 3?
All right, well, I can go. I mean, my number
don't make it
1 would
first.
be The Rock. Despite him, that's a phenomenal movie.
For your number 3?
No, that'd be my number 1.
That's
I
not
don't
how
think
we're
I
doing
have
things.
I think I got 2. I got that and The Weatherman, because in The Weatherman, he just gets shit on and stuff thrown on him the entire time.
All right, Judy, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is none other than Gone in 60 Seconds, because Angelina Jolie is hot as fuck in that, and despite, like Jeff said, his acting was terrible. But I'm with Gone in 60 Seconds. So
it's got the kid from that '70s show in it too, right?
Foreman?
Yeah, not
Foreman.
Hyde.
No.
Foreman.
No.
Is it the Scientologist?
Yeah.
No, it's not the
Hyde
Scientologist.
is
Foreman.
And Hyde's
Foreman's doing drugs with what was her name? Jessica Hartman, I think.
Was he here? Okay, he must not have been a big.
I don't even think
guy.
we're talking about the same movie at this point in time, honestly.
Yeah, the only 3 people I remember distinctly from that movie: Nicolas Cage, Angelina Jolie, and Robert Duvall.
Oh, no, yeah, we're thinking of different movies.
Duvall is a man.
Fuck, what movie is that? It's not
I was talking about
Spearfish.
Jacksonville.
I don't know.
This is going to drive me crazy. Hold on, we have to. No, this episode is now about figuring out what movie that is, so I'm not upset about it.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out after.
That's what you think.
It is not.
All right, Snooty, give us some analysis on Gone in 60 Seconds.
So, Gone in 60 Seconds, basically, in my opinion, set up all the car movies coming out with Fast and the Furious, Need for Speed, all that. I think it actually was the setup. It walked so Fast and the Furious could run with 12 movies. But at the end of the day, it's about some carjackers, as well as Angelina Jolie is half naked the entire movie. That's why I was stunned to it. That's my analysis. Fuck Nicolas Cage in that movie because he's actually not that good. But in my second movie, he was actually the star of the show, I personally think, with number 2. So,
first off, that movie was a lie. It was longer than 60 seconds.
Traffic. That's the movie I was thinking of. Was Traffic.
That was
very similar. I'm so happy you figured it out.
You know what you should be. Either way, you know what? You talk about the strength of Nicolas Cage not being a factor in your third movie. He was not a factor in my 5th movie. Well, he was not a factor in one of my top 5. He was not a factor in the movie Snowden, but at the same time, it made my list. And also Joe, another great movie. I can't get into the depths of it, but it's depraved, terrible, morally upset movie. But moving into my number 3 here, Wild at Fucking Heart. Now, Jeff, I know you're a David Lynch fan. Have you seen this film?
No, but it did just make me think of a movie that was actually good that he was in, which is Mandy.
Yes,
we're gonna get there. Don't worry.
We're gonna get there.
It's a great movie to watch for spooky season.
Yes,
Either
we'll talk about that.
Sorry,
Wild at Heart is best described as a bizarre movie, and Nicolas Cage kind of goes on to do a lot of bizarre movies. David Lynch directed. What else do you need to know? It had Laura Dern, Harry Dean Stanton, Willem Dafoe, and Crispin Glover in it, and a shitload of people from Twin Peaks. Sherilyn Fenn and the guy who played Pete Martell were both in it. Like, a lot of Twin Peaks stuff just creeping in because this was when Twin Peaks was filming. There's graphic violence in the beginning of this movie in the first 30 fucking seconds, but at the same time, it's very heavy on dialogue and plot based off dialogue. It's a character-driven movie, to say the least. Let's see, what else? Lots of allusions to Elvis. And it was really before he blew up. Like, this was just after Raising Arizona, when Nicolas Cage was trying to find, like, a foothold in Hollywood. And he did this movie and went the complete opposite direction. At one
Raising
point in
Arizona
time,
sucked.
yes, it did. At one point in time, Nick Cage is karate kicking to heavy metal and wearing a snakeskin coat. Like, we think Duster and karate kicking, snakeskin coat and karate kicking. Like, come on. Like, which one of those two is the better? And he does a sick fucking double front handspring out of a fucking convertible to dance to a bunch of heavy metal at one point. It's a great movie. There was a very bizarre, like, oddly twisted character that David Lynch needed to have portrayed, and Nick Cage stepped in and did it, and it was wonderful. It's a very traumatic, weird movie. I don't know the nice way to say this. There's a lot of rape in this movie, but it's still David Lynch and still wonderful.
Let me tell you about this.
It's worth checking out.
There's no good way to say that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you can still say the word rape. It's not like.
I mean, I can say rape, but what comes after rape is. You don't want to say the word
rape. Yeah, you don't want to. We don't want to get these hoo-has in a hoo-ha.
No, we don't.
Are you talking about your Madden opponents?
With all the
I'm talking about vagina.
Oh. So Willem Dafoe's in that, huh? Crispin Glover.
Yes, Willem Dafoe has like the John Waters mustache too. It's really fucking bizarre.
He sort of looks like a Nazi in this.
Oh, Grace Zabriskie, Laura Palmer's mother is in it, and she's young and she's smoking hot. And so is Laura Dern. Laura Dern is beautiful in this movie.
Interesting. Well,
you guys have no idea who any of these people are, do you?
No,
not a fucking clue.
No,
I know John Waters is, but he wasn't in John.
I do. I would hope you know who John Waters is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have to when you live that close to Baltimore, right?
You fucking better. I guess I'll say my number 3 then, huh? We're gonna do that.
Yep.
Matchstick Men. I just watched it. It is fucking fantastic. I watched it for the first time actually, and I had to make my top 3 because of how good it is. Sam Rockwell playing against Nicolas Cage, who Nicolas Cage is like just psychotic, neurotic, just crazy sort of. He has tics. He has spouts of what's the shit called? When you say curse words, Tourette's. He has Tourette's in the movie.
Tourette's.
But the whole time he is a fucking con man. And him and Sam Rockwell are doing a con the whole time. And then eventually Nicolas Cage meets his daughter. And you gotta watch the movie because there's a whole thing that goes into it. But it's really good. It's Nicolas Cage playing a person who has tics, like I said, and it's just sort of crazy. It's very Nicolas Cage, the whole movie. And he does such a good job at it. Crazy OCD in the whole movie too. Very worth watching. Because also, if you don't like Nicolas Cage, you got Sam Rockwell, and Sam Rockwell is literally the opposite.
Sam Rockwell is literally my favorite actor. So
yeah,
is that
amazing.
the one that takes place in like Minnesota or Wisconsin, like somewhere in the north?
I think they're in
or
California
I might be thinking
or
of a
something.
different movie.
No, I think they're in like California or something.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm thinking something.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's crazy with Sam Rockwell just being the polar opposite to Nicolas Cage, and like Zach was saying, Sam Rockwell is one of my favorite actors for sure. He is amazing, and he's young in this movie, young and spry. He's
young and spry,
kicking ass out there. So him and Nicolas Cage going at it, good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, do I go number 2?
Let's do it.
All right, number 2. None other than Con Air. What a movie. A movie that has a lot of people from the Machete Guy. Fucking Danny
Trejo.
Trejo, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Chappelle. Nicolas Cage himself. John Cusack makes an appearance. Everybody's in this movie.
I fucking love John Cusack. We'll
It's
get
a
into
great
that
movie.
John
later, though.
Cusack.
Yo, you want to fight?
Whoa.
Yeah. He's the one man that the Klan hates. The one white man.
Steve Buscemi
I
is
didn't
in that
know that.
movie as the craziest
Friends
guy
of
on
people.
that goddamn plane.
That's got what's his face in it, right? John Malkovich, eh?
Yeah. So
Yep.
basically, the premise of that story is Nicolas Cage is an I think it's a Marine or something of that nature. 3 dudes is hassling his wife, blah, blah, blah. Due to his training, he kills all 3 of them by accident because of his training, because he was just trying to protect his wife. His pregnant wife, mind you, gets thrown in jail for 2 to 3 years and is put on a plane home after he served the sentence with the biggest criminals of all time. Now, during this time, the dude from Rounders, the guy you just said, steals the plane with Danny Trevathan or whatever the fuck his name is, Dave Chappelle.
Trejo, man.
Trejo. I call him as the Machete Guy or the
I bet he'd
Sidekick
come
guy.
on the
God,
podcast and yell
man.
at Shanuti. We should work on this.
All right,
Ooh,
put
in
that as
studio.
one of the Patreon. And Nicolas Cage has to save the plane, has to make sure the plane gets there safely so he can go get his family. But the dude from Rounders doesn't want him to do that because they just want
Ed
to be
Norton's
free.
in it?
So yeah, no, the other guy.
How did it become the
Matt
dude
Damon?
from Rounders?
Was it?
The
Who's
Russian
the
guy.
dude from
Yeah, 'cause
Rounders?
I'm thinking it's Ed Norton and who's the other
Matt
guy?
Damon was in
Damon?
Rounders.
Yeah,
That
those
wasn't
are the
Matt
2
Damon.
main people.
I'm not talking about Matt Damon. I'm talking about the Russian guy.
I think you're talking about Matt Damon. Matt Damon was not in Con Air, so I'm
Ed
not sure
Norton
your
must
vote
have been
counts.
then, I guess.
No, you guys, you boobs. I'm talking
What the
about
hell
a
is
Russian guy.
Rounders?
It's
It's a
a
great movie.
yeah. Rounders is a solid
It's a
movie.
gambling movie.
Yeah.
About poker? Underground
Yeah,
poker?
it's pretty good. Matt
actually
Damon
not that
kicks some
bad.
ass in that movie.
Why does Matt
It's like
Damon play a guy that's like down on his luck but is like super smart? Like I just don't understand why that's his premise.
Because
most of
that's
his movies.
Matt
Dumb
Damon's
apples.
position in life. Like
Yeah, it's
he didn't
just
have
like
to
Good Will
prepare for
Hunting.
that role. He just showed up and boom.
What
You
Makes
reach
no
your
goddamn
Redwood.
sense.
You think you're so smart.
Yeah, you got your
How about
God
them
and your
apples?
wood.
Glenwood.
You're going in wood. What's your major, dude?
What's your major?
Please shut up. You're an idiot. Okay, well that was my second. Go ahead, Jeff. Your turn.
Well, hey, let me do my second because Jeff isn't going to talk about this one. My second Nicolas Cage movie is Mandy. Just watched
So
it
you said
recently.
you wanted to.
I'd like to add, I had a prop for this, but the dog stayed upstairs when I came downstairs to record the podcast. So I don't have my dog that is named Mandy to hold up in front of the webcam. But imagine I'm holding a chihuahua up and she's like licking and shaking and looking around like she doesn't know what's going on.
It ain't no goddamn cheddar goblin, that's for sure.
I'll put a picture of her up.
If you haven't seen the movie Mandy, it came out in 2018. It's a psychedelic horror film by Panos
I like that.
Cosmatos, produced by Elijah Wood, and co-written by Cosmatos and Aaron Stewart. It's based on a movie made by, or a story conceived by Cosmatos. It is the last score that Icelandic composer Johan Johansson did. And he's done a bunch of shit. He's worked with.
Did he come from Wisconsin?
No, he is from Iceland, Reykjavik, Iceland.
Wisconsin. I come from Reykjavik.
Reykjavik.
That doesn't work.
He did Sicario. He did all the music for that. He did Arrival. He did.
Oh,
Mother.
he did Sicario. Those are good movies.
He's done a lot of shit. But the movie Mandy is probably one of the craziest movies I've seen recently. And I would like to give a big shout out to Joshua at Cobra Burger, because he was like, we go in there and they're in a cult burger shop by us in Richmond. And the dude who owned it was like, you have to watch this fucking movie. And I watched it and I was like, holy shit, this is one of the best recent movies I've seen. It's hard to explain what happened.
Hold on. Are you getting a percentage on that shout out?
Yeah, toss last podcast in there because that's how I ended up watching it.
I think I think both of them need to donate to our Patreon now.
They
They have money. They can donate to our Patreon.
They I don't know if they have money, but they have burgers. So we'll talk about burgers.
They can donate burgers. We'll take burgers as
That's
a donation.
Just shipping burgers up to you. Yeah, last podcast that they talked about too. They interviewed the guy who made the cheddar goblin, which was pretty sweet. I don't know if you heard that or not, but yeah, this movie is fucking out there. Jeff, what do you have to say about it? Because
I love this movie, and I watched his first one before that, Beyond the Black Rainbow. I don't know if you've seen that one too. They're both like solid movies. This director, like, I hope he continues making stuff. Like, that was a great movie. Like I said, great for, we're only a month and 6 days away from October. It's that's when I watch it. It was either last October or the one before.
For whatever reason here, okay. So he is a Greek-Canadian film director. So maybe that's why, Jeff. His family moved to Victoria, British Columbia in the early 80s.
Had escaped the olive famine that hit Greece. So I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's how it goes, right?
Everyone
out Italy
because of famines.
Yeah, I highly suggest go watching Mandy, though. And actually watch it. It's one of those movies you have to watch. And
yeah, you definitely have to pay attention to it the whole time.
Yeah, and be like, holy fuck, yeah.
So watch it during work because you have nothing else to do, right?
Exactly. Make the most of your time.
Next little time, sure.
All right, I'm jumping into my number 2 here. Mandy, we're done with Mandy. Army of fucking One. Who has seen this movie between you three? Has anyone seen it?
What's the name of it?
Army of One. It's about Nicolas Cage killing Osama bin Laden. And as an American, nothing makes my dick harder than killing Osama bin Laden. Like, 9/11 when we were 13 years old, like, killing Osama bin Laden was one of the high points of my life at this point. But either way, first and foremost, the movie starts off with Nicolas Cage saying, America makes the best goddamn chicken wings in the world. Shanudi, would you agree?
I would 100% agree. There's no we named the fucking city out the wings, baby.
Yes, and he later in the movie he makes chicken wings for people, and they're the best chicken wings they've ever had in Pakistan. It seems like
he makes them from people.
Yes, it has. I'll get to that. Either way,
how do you make people chicken wings?
Chicken wings. Either way, he seems to be wearing exclusively his own clothes in this movie, and there's a point in the movie where he thinks he's going to drive a boat into Pakistan, and then he realizes there's no fucking oceans in Pakistan, so he's going to fly a hang glider in. And the thing I love most about this movie is he doesn't ask about the logistics of flying a hang glider in. He doesn't ask about the logistics of getting a hang glider in the air. You know what he asks? What is the most badass song to hang glide into Pakistan on? Like, this was based off of the story of a guy who was on fucking 4chan who decided he was going to Pakistan to kill Osama bin Laden. Like,
nothing bad has come out of 4chan, man.
No, all right, so wait.
No, we don't agree with that statement as a podcast.
Number one badass song to fly in.
It was a joke.
Rough Riders.
I was gonna say,
like, what else would you play?
Wait, what was the song?
DMX.
Rough Riders. What would you say, Shanudi?
I was gonna say Danger Zone, but yeah, that worked.
Danger Zone. I would say that one song was like, on the steel horse I ride.
Every breath you take.
I still hear your voice endlessly next to him.
Good Lord. Either way, this was the second movie he's done where he had a reference to Elvis. When he gets to Pakistan, he has to actually go through customs. They say, why are you here? And he says, taking care of business, which means killing Osama bin Laden. And that throws back to Wild at Heart, where he had his first Elvis references, who he is tangentially related to because he married one of Elvis's daughters. I don't know. I screwed up the biography part, but either way. And then he has a fucking sword fight with goddamn Osama bin Laden. It's broken up by Rainn Wilson as a CIA agent, and Russell Brand is fucking God. Like, there is nothing not to like about this movie. And then when you think there's nothing left, when you think there's nothing left to give, Clementine from Reno 911 is the chick he's after. It's a feel-good movie. It's happy. Osama bin Laden gets fucking quashed in the end. Like, as an American, what more can you ask for in a movie?
Boobs.
I just can't believe they had a sex scene with God.
Is that what happened?
He didn't fuck Russell Brand. I mean, he probably did on set, but it wasn't filmed.
Wait, hold on. What?
He said Russell Brand was fucking God.
Who fucked God?
Russell Brand.
Put the goddamn controller down, Shanudi.
No, stop. All right, time out. You
Put the controller
Russell
down.
Brand was God. You said Russell Brand was God. How did God fuck himself?
He is all powerful.
That's how everyone was made. That's how Snow is made, man.
Jesus
Snow
Christ on the cross.
Ayo.
This guy's out of control again.
He's out of control. So, do we finish our 2s? Are we on to our 1s? We finished our 2s. We're on to our Ps.
No, wait, Jeff. What was your 2? Or was Mandy 2?
No, just go on. We're going to 1s. Go, Shanudi.
Jeff, what is your 2, you sick bastard?
I gave 3 movies all in one, or 2 movies at once.
You gave Mandy?
That doesn't count.
I said, I didn't have an order for him, and I said Mandy later. Weatherman, because he gets shit thrown at him and shit on the whole movie, and then The Rock. Despite him, it was a great movie.
Well, mine is The Rock too, so that was my 1. So
yeah, so go ahead. Lead on into The Rock.
What do you want me to say? But you already said everything about The Rock. I agree with everything you said. What more can we say? You can add more to it, but I agree to it.
I love that Sean Connery doesn't get rid of his accent no matter what he plays.
Okay, now that's an actor. Now that's a fucking actor right there.
Yeah,
Sean Connery.
He's like, oh, you want me to play a Japanese or whatever they were in Highlander? He keeps his accent.
He keeps his fucking accent, dude.
It's like, fuck
Sean
you guys.
Connery. I fucking love him. He's a fucking
man. I like his long hair in this movie, and then he cuts in. It's so great. So great. It's like a rags to riches story almost.
And the guy from Rounders was in it.
The guy from Rounders was in it. Matt Damon.
Are we back to Rounders again already?
We might. What is everybody's favorite part about Rounders? Please
don't
speak.
I have never seen Rounders. I just know the peripheral actors that participated in the movie.
So you know half the movie. Congratulations. You just watched Rounders.
Oh, you know what's hilarious? If you go on to fucking the IMDb for The Rock and you look at the cast, it has like Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris. Everyone is like sort of looking old. John Spencer, David Morris, all those fuckers. Sean Connery's picture is black and white.
Oh, I thought you were going to show him and his mom.
Good for him.
They updated it.
No,
they just have his headstone for it.
It's just black and white. It's like from remembering Sean Connery. He died in the Bahamas.
What a way to die. What a fucking way to die.
Wait, Sean Connery's dead?
Yeah, he's been dead.
He's been dead.
A year almost. He died on Halloween 2020.
You know what just happened to Zach?
What got him? COVID?
He died skydiving into a tank of sharks.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. I'm cool with that.
Well, that's how Sean Connery would want to die, but he died
because filming the new James Bond. Oh no!
50 no's and a yes is still a yes.
All right, guys, can we move on to my number 1?
Who from Rounders is in it?
All right, hold on. All right, Oliver Stone movie, JFK. Nick Cage throws it fucking in there. There's a 25 fucking minute monologue of him dissecting the Kennedy assassination and nailing every single fucking piece of it. He goes and visits Kevin Bacon at the work camp, and he gets nothing out of him. He goes and visits John Candy in his fucking hotel in New Orleans, gets nothing out of him. He goes and visits Tommy Lee Jones at his mansion in the Garden District in New Orleans, gets nothing out of him. and Nick Cage comes out on top. You know why?
Wait,
Because he figures out who killed fucking Kennedy.
And we all know it was Kennedy. It was suicide.
No, what the fuck? Nicholas Cage.
What are you talking about?
That's Kevin Costner.
No, it wasn't Kevin goddamn Costner. It was Nicolas fucking Cage who did all that.
No.
Wait, did you just get mixed up with Field of Dreams again?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage wasn't in that movie.
I mean, no. Field of Dreams is number 6 on my list. Either way, JFK, number 1 Nicolas Cage movie of all fucking time.
You're confusing Nicolas Cage's life with Kevin Costner's life again.
They are one and the same. And you know what? John Goodman bleeds into a lot of that too. So I'm going to throw John Goodman in too.
John Goodman.
I mean, John Goodman is arguably the best of those three as an actor.
Without a doubt. John Goodman's a fucking saint.
Nicolas Cage he's great in Waterworld, so.
All right. Either way, let's jump into my actual number 1. That was a put on, obviously. Lord of fucking War. This movie is... It's something else. It was a great cast. Ethan Hawke, Jared Leto, and Nicolas Cage doing their thing. There really isn't a lot to say about this movie other than it was just a good fucking movie. The plot was great. The twists were great. The acting was great. The fucking filming was beautiful and panoramic and skywide. Like, it was just a good fucking movie. And Nicolas Cage walked through that role without any fucking effort. He walked in, he said, "This is who I am, this is who I was, this is who I will be." And he transcended all of that. And it's a wonderful fucking movie.
I believe
it's a great one. That was on my honorable mentions.
I'll take your word for it.
That was if you haven't seen it,
that was poetic.
That had what?
Thank you.
Jared Leto in there playing the younger brother.
Yes, Vitaly.
Jared Leto, eh?
Yeah, that Jared Leto. Leto.
That sick fuck.
Yeah, that movie made it for me because the intro is really good. They do the credits and everything.
Yeah.
They show
the intro scenes
are
are wonderful.
The bullets made and everything. It's really good, and they had some Buffalo Soldier going. That's a great movie. I'm sort of disappointed in everyone though here because it just appears that no one loves America.
You son of a bitch!
No one had.
Go Canada.
I know you. Go do it. Don't fucking.
No one had these movies as their number 1.
Eric,
and it was
don't
quite
do
disappointing.
Eric,
it's happening. The Red Falcon is flying in, and he's saving the president. He's saving the Constitution. He's saving the Declaration of Independence.
He wasn't in Independence Day, man.
Yeah, Will Smith saved that shit, you fuckhead.
He wasn't on Air Force One. That was Harrison Ford.
Jeff Goldblum wasn't in those movies.
Will Smith didn't save shit. He just blew up the aliens. Everything was already destroyed after he saved.
Yeah, and he saved our goddamn country, you fucker.
No,
and the world, possibly.
They blew up the White House. They blew that shit up. That's a fucking like a poster.
Yeah, don't you think blowing up the White House would improve this country right now?
Stuff like that. So I mean,
you're misremembering your life.
You're not getting away with it.
Trump supporters must have loved that.
Anyways, my number 1 movie is 2 movies. It's National Treasure 1 and 2. If
what
you
about
like those movies? The third one is coming, baby. They've been teasing it for so long. We're just waiting. If you don't like those movies, though, I don't know. I guess you don't enjoy just being numb in your mind.
Never watched them. Never will.
Perfect.
Hell yeah, Jeff. Let's start a club.
I don't have 12 hours of my life to waste on Nicolas Cage movies.
12 hours?
I mean, I do.
Aren't those movies like 2 hours plus?
I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure
Isn't there like 14 2 hours? Of them?
No, there's only 2 of them.
No, there's 14. Don't lie.
Yeah, there should be. It's 2 hours 11 minutes the first one, and 2 hours 11 minutes the second one. So they're both the same. They're like, this is the max we're gonna pay for. Yeah, that was my number 1. That's a movie. If I see on TV, I'm putting it on. It's got conspiracy theories. It's got intrigue. It's got spy sort of stuff. It's got Nicolas Cage just acting a fool. He kidnaps the fucking president in one of them and gets away with it. And the president's like, "This is cool." I feel like he definitely had a lot to say once he got on set with that, and they're like, "You're gonna kidnap the president, and it's not gonna go so well." And he's like, "No, it's gonna go great. President's gonna love me, and that's how it's gonna go." I feel like there was a lot of rewrites once he saw the script, and I can't wait for number 3.
I think you're out of your fucking gourd. I think you lost.
All right, let's hear, Snooty. What is your number 1?
I already said it. It was Face Off.
No, you didn't say. Wait, did he say Face Off, or am I losing it?
You're losing it.
Eric, Jeff, back me up here. He didn't say Face Off, right?
I let him into it because he asked me what my movies were, and then
God damn it!
I thought it was The Rock.
It was one of those. It was The Rock.
No, sorry, it was The Rock, not Face Off. Rock.
It was The Rock.
Thank you.
Face Off is a good one though, and you know what? That ties in with Sonny there because Frank, when they do he thinks that they're in Face Off, but they're not. They're in the fucking Oz. He's like Face Off.
I was gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, Eric, and I'll be honest. You know what was my 4th and 5th, just to piss everybody off?
National Treasure 1, 2.
National Treasure 1 and 2 was 5. 4 was Ghost Rider, just to piss everybody off.
I mean, everyone knows that Ghost Rider 3 was the best one.
There's no Ghost Rider 3.
And that's why it was the best.
I had some honorable mentions though. Primal. If you guys have seen Primal.
Oh, Primal's good.
That's a good movie.
No,
Not Primal Fear.
Allegedly.
No. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yes, with the cop. Dude, I love that it's Ray Holt.
Allegedly.
It's the allegedly guy.
Allegedly.
Which, the new season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine has been awful.
Oh, I haven't watched any of it.
I did watch some of it. I can't lie.
I didn't know it was out.
Yeah, they're doing 2 episodes at a time, so it'll be done in 3 more weeks.
I think they just want to get it done with. I think
That's what it seems like.
It's like they're not even caring about the content, and they're just like, here we go. Fucking slurp on it, you fucking assholes.
Well, they all said it was hard to make a show about, like, being cops and being funny. So.
Well, they got, I mean, like, Jeff, you could attest to this. They went into serious stuff. I mean, like, you know what I mean.
And they try having a story arc for the whole season that sucks, and it takes away from a lot of the stuff, too.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just I think Andy Samberg and all of them were just like, yeah, let's finish this.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So either way, number 1 Nicolas Cage movie of all time, Waterworld.
Back to the Future.
Field of Dreams.
He was in one of those scenes, I'm sure, somewhere.
He said Field of Dreams again. Fuck.
I ran out of Kevin Costner movies, so it's over.
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves. He directed that too. That was a great fucking movie.
Open Range.
How High?
Wait, Kevin Costner was in How High?
Yeah, he was the guy who was going back to school with Redman.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, okay. We gotta do Kevin Costner next week.
I'm done with it. It's over. No. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do fucking Jim Carrey. That's what we're going to do.
Yo, I'm totally
Jim Gaffigan
to wreck some fucking Jim Carrey.
Jim Gaffigan stand-up specials.
We need 5 episodes. We need 5 movies from Jim Carrey, though, because you have to have your Ace Ventura, and you have to have your Eternal Sunshine, and you have to have your Truman Show, and you have to have your fucking
Number 23.
Man on the Moon. Like,
The Grinch.
There's so much goddamn
Grinch. Did you?
What about a series of unfortunate events, or The Grinch Stole Christmas? Like, there's so many. I'm gonna yell. I'm out next week. The week after, we are going to yell about Jim Carrey, though. Don't you worry.
Did you guys watch the Man of the Moon documentary where he talks about how he was absolutely insane during it?
Yes.
Andy Kaufman.
Yes, it was wonderful. Andy and Jim. That was a great documentary. I watched that last week.
His artwork, too?
He what?
Rate his artwork as well. Do his top 5 pieces of art that he did. He got really into it during the last presidency.
You know what? It doesn't matter because Liar Liar is the greatest Jim Carrey movie ever.
I love that movie.
Pants on
Fire. That's a good one.
Truman Show is good too, and it came out at the same time as Ed TV.
Cable Guy.
Yeah, that is
Liar
true.
Liar is the same movie as Yes Man. He did his own reboot.
Jeff, how could you turn down Ace Ventura 2 when you worked at a place that had a beer named after it?
Yeah.
The return of Ace. one of my favorite beers Lost Rhino ever put out.
I don't know, man.
We're giving too much away.
Lost Rhino hasn't put out good beer in decades.
I mean, it has alcohol.
Lost Rhino
so
sucks. They're the Seattle Kraken of beer.
Yeah, I get behind that. Shooty, shut us out. What do you got for us?
Smoking a bowl right now.
Oh shit, Shooty's dying.
On the toilet.
All right, boys and girls. Well, that was our show. You know how we do it here. It is not planned. It is not taking anything but a little bit of elbow grease. And I'm glad we have all 4 of our players back, except for Jeff, because Jeff is kind of still. We can't see Jeff. That's the problem. So, but we like to thank Four Corner Studios for hosting us and putting us on a platform. Please like, subscribe, and download all our stuff. And go look at the other podcasts that Four Corners has to offer.
My ball.
As Zach said, smooth my balls. It is the summertime. Don't get sweaty down there.
My ball.
Don't be a clown and not be smooth down there.
Smooth my ball.
And that is our show. I am the host, Michael the Pharaoh Shanuti. I am here to do one thing and one thing only. Take this shit brigade to the moon.
And play Madden.
And play Madden. And always in my
You
back. Now, well, I got to replay this challenge. But I've been winning.
Because you lost.
Fuck off. And Zach, as always, he's protecting our backside better than fucking Lundqvist ever did for the Caps. Zach, the Walrus. Vincent. And he's always going to make an appearance here and there after he bangs all the chicks that love him the most. Jeff, the Sasquatch, Reverend Schneider.
Oh, I was making gestures too.
Oh, well,
no video.
Michael
Finger
the
guns,
garbage
finger
disposal,
guns.
Shanuti, by the way. And always the man with the plan, the guy who comes in with the random facts, Eric, the Red Falcon, Vincent. And that is our show. We are the 5 Holers. Zach, take us away.
Why go bar down when you can hit the 5 hole? Aim low.
Now,